My name is Yash Praladka. I have been teaching for a past few years, 4+ years to be specific. And मैं आपको आज बताऊंगा CFA कोर्स के बारे में, हाउ टू गो अबाउट इट, what you can expect out of the course, and different kind of fee structure. स्कॉलरशिप के बारे में भी डिटेल डिस्कशन करेंगे. बहुत लोग को स्कॉलरशिप में इंटरेस्ट होता है, because obviously most of us will already know कि this course is a little expensive, especially for people in India, because you're paying in dollars. तो उसके बारे में भी डिस्कस करेंगे. We are also going to discuss about different topics that will be covered in level 1, 2 and 3, along with weightages of those topics, and how to go about studying it or preparing for it. Also the timelines of exams and what your target should be to complete the course in the least amount of time according to your personal situations, whether you're working or studying. That depends on how much time you guys can also dedicate. Okay, ये एक और जन जो आने वाला है उसको कितना टाइम है? ओ, उसको टाइम लगेगा. So हाँ, so I think most of us have joined. Few might be joining in later, but we'll still continue. Since you guys have joined, I don't want you to wait for others who are a little late. तो start करते हैं. I wanted this to be interactive. तो आप लोग से request है that if you could just not concentrate on the screen right now. I've just stopped the display also. And आप लोग अगर मुझे बता सकते हो, I have a question for you guys. Can you guess what my age would be? This is not for students who already know me. This is for people who are seeing me for the first time. If you have any responses, you can write, raise your hands, unmute yourself, and just give a wild guess.
Sir, maybe 24 or 23.
24, 23. Any other guesses? Anyone? Thank you, Kirti. Aishwarya, Richa, Yashika. No one?
24 or 25.
24, 25. Okay. So 23 to 25. 20. Okay. That's a second guess from Richa. 23 to 25 is what I usually hear when I do such lectures. Now I'll give you a little more information about me. I have been working, I have a work experience, practical work experience of 5+ years. I'm a charter holder. I have completed a course called Actuaries. I've been teaching for 4+ years. Now, can you take a better guess, maybe?
29.
29. Anyone else want to revisit your answer?
26 or 27. 26.
26, 27. So I will give you the correct answer. My current age is 27. I'm going to become 28 very soon. But what I'm trying to achieve by this exercise is telling you how valuations work. Now listen to me very, very carefully. तो पहले आपके पास कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं था मेरे बारे में, तब तक आपने एक गेस लिया कि मेरा एज क्या होगा. एज आई स्टार्टेड गिविंग यू मोर एंड मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन, यू मूव टुवर्ड्स अ मोर करेक्ट नंबर. ठीक है. सो वैल्यूएशंस में भी ऐसे ही, व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वैल्यूइंग इक्विटीज और शेयर्स, इट वर्क्स इन अ वेरी सिमिलर फैशन. ठीक है. जैसे जितना ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन यू गेट, मोर क्लोजर यू बिकम टू द रियल वैल्यू ऑफ द शेयर. ठीक है. And since all of us have been, gathered together here to learn about CFA, I'm sure everyone is interested in equities. ठीक है. तो आपके पास जैसे जैसे information बढ़ता है, if we assume that this classroom is a market, more and more people start to gauge a more correct answer to what the actual valuation of a share should be. Obviously, ऐसा बहुत जन ने सुना होगा real valuation से भगवान को पता होता है, which is true because market is the answer to, and market is the god in the world actually. कि it is just demand and supply, but underlying जो variables होते हैं वो जैसे जैसे आपको पता चलता रहेगा वैसे वैसे the market is going to converge to a value. तो जो जैसे आप इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करोगे वैसे ही आपका मार्केट वैल्यू, करेक्ट मार्केट वैल्यू के तरफ यू विल मूव, स्टार्ट मूविंग. ओके, सो ये एम था मेरा एक्सरसाइज का, जस्ट टू गेज योर अटेंशन एज वेल ऑब्वियसली. एंड एक बहुत ही छोटे से एग्जांपल से आई कुड टीच यू हाउ टू गो अबाउट लर्निंग CFA. नाउ CFA एज अ कोर्स टीचेस यू कि आपके लिए क्या इंफॉर्मेशन इंपॉर्टेंट है टू सी how to value particular assets. The assets could be real estate, it could be listed shares, it could be unlisted shares. जो startups के आजकल valuations होते हैं वो भी हो सकता है. And there could be also, there are bond valuations, bond market भी एक होता है. Most people are not aware of the bond market also, but the bond market in reality is multifolds of your equity market. बट नॉर्मल रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स को बॉन्ड मार्केट के बारे में इतना नॉलेज नहीं होता है. ठीक है, सो CFA एज अ करिकुलम इज डिजाइन्ड फॉर यू टू नो ऑल पॉसिबल इन्वेस्टेबल एसेट क्लासेस एंड हाउ टू गो अबाउट करेक्टली वैल्यूइंग देम, as well as to understand when to enter and specially exit them as well. Okay, एंट्री से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट मैं मानता हूँ एग्जिट, क्योंकि लोगों को पता नहीं रहता कि कब they have reached the correct valuation of the share and उनको उससे निकल जाना चाहिए. It is starting to become overvalued or there is a bubble that is being created in the market. ठीक है, तो ये सब कोर्स में सिखाया जाएगा आपको in a very very structured formal manner. मैं आपको ये चीज बता रहा हूँ that because I believe कि एग्जाम क्लियर करना should not be your final goal. The final goal should be that you earn money out of it. Okay, सबका फाइनल गोल मोस्ट प्रोबब्ली इधर ही होगा. इज देयर एनीवन हु इज फ्रॉम अ फैमिली बिजनेस बैकग्राउंड हु डज नॉट वांट टू वर्क इन अ कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ? ऐसा कोई है इधर? Okay, so most of you guys, I'm assuming, want to go forward with a job. Obviously job में the formal learning that you get, that is valued, as well as the degree that you will achieve post qualifying, that is the charter that you get, वो उसका भी उसका वैल्यू अलग रहता है. But to get inside a job, you need much more practical knowledge than they actually teach you in the course itself. क्योंकि मतलब ऐसा जोक बहुत आपने सुना ही होगा कि they want to hire a fresher with 2 years of experience. तो ये सब जो होता है आपका, all these are basically to understand how much practical knowledge you have. So it is not just about the course material, it is about much more than the course material. It is about your cracking your interviews, getting into a job, as well as getting a practical conceptual clarity so that you can apply it in your personal life as well. Okay, now moving ahead, I'm going to start with a few जो भी आपका information होता है जो आपको actually online भी मिल जाएगा, but I've collated it for you guys to help you understand when the exams are going to occur, what eligibility you have, and some of you might be appearing for actuarial papers as well. So what benefit will this have in your actuarial career path? ये सब information मैंने किया है. उसके बाद we will continue this kind of a free flowing discussion that I was having with you after we are once done with all these kind of nuances which are required by most of you. ठीक है, and you're free to ask questions whenever you want to. Unmute yourselves. You don't need to worry. I can take questions in the middle. Obviously, I have a time kept for Q&A afterwards as well. But बीच में आपके पास question हो तो feel free to stop me. ठीक है? I want to keep it as conversational as possible so that you guys can understand what is actually going on. ठीक है? So the first line you can just ignore it. since you are sitting here, I'm assuming you already know this. The second is important for you, fee structure mein. So the batch currently that we are creating, okay, the program that we want to start, we are aiming it for May 2025. Okay, so you have sufficient time. Okay, ideally you don't need, if you are just studying, you're not working, ideally you don't need more than 6 months of preparation, 6 to 7 month tops, but we are keeping a little more time than that so that we can get into topics with more conceptual clarity. We can maybe cover parts which will help you in level 2, level 3 as well. And we can also try to get you a nuanced understanding of what you can expect in job interviews. Okay. And so is wajah se we are starting early for the May batch. People will keep on joining, obviously. So the fee structure which I'm mentioning right now, it is the revised fee structure for 2025. Okay. So 2024 तक fees थोड़ा कम था. Early registration was 1950, standard was 1250. Rescheduling and enrollment fees में कोई change नहीं आया था. Okay. So the fee structure which will be applicable for 2025 exams would be this. What you should concentrate on is on the early registration fees, 990, because everyone, I don't expect at least my students to go and register as per the standard rate, because आप preparation इतना पहले start कर रहे हो, so you have more than sufficient time कि आप early register कर लो. Don't miss that deadline. I will tell you the deadline as well. Okay, moving ahead. Second most important thing is a scholarship application. So scholarship applications have also undergone a change. The scholarship process has changed. Pehle there were women specific scholarship for women who were appearing the exam, and there was an access scholarship. Other than that, there is a scholarship for certain institutes which have partnered with the CFA, but those are only 32. मतलब खाली 32 institutes है in India who have partnered with the CFA institute and can provide you scholarship, and those 32 are only MBA courses. Okay. I think people were not being able to see my screen which was presented. Kirti, Richa, can any of you confirm whether you can see my screen now?
Yes, sir. We couldn't see the
can
screen.
now.
Okay.
But we
Now
can
it's
see
okay.
ठीक है,
now.
I have not gone to I have not gone to any other slides. This was you were able to see me and hear me clearly, right? Till now.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now you can see the screen as well.
Yes, sir.
So this is what I have. Collated for you. इसमें आपको सब information दिख जाएगा. So enrollment fees is just a one-time fee that you have to pay to get enrolled as a, to create an account in the CFA portal, kind of, you can say that. And then early registration fees, एक early bird discount मिलता है आपको. That discount के बाद आपका fees becomes 990. Otherwise, if you register in the standard timing, the fees is 1290. ठीक है. So obviously सबको ये 300 रुपए का discount, $300 is a big amount. Okay, it is not a small amount. So everyone should register in the early bird registration, and there should not be any excuse कि आप भूल गए या कुछ भी. You should have that date etched in you, and आपको उधर ही करना है. Don't waste your $300. Okay. Rescheduling fees ideally कोई के काम नहीं आना चाहिए. Rescheduling is that if you want to defer your attempt right now. ठीक है. मतलब at the end, if you feel that you are not well prepared, CFA Institute gives you the option to reschedule your exam to a later date, and they charge $250 from you. But since we are starting so early, I don't think any of you should require this as well. Okay. The second most important thing is the scholarship. The scholarship application used to happen twice a year, but now they have changed it. Okay. I think this I forgot to remove from my older slide. Now applications are more than twice a year. It is actually 4 times a year. I will give you the dates. आप उसका फोटो ले लेना, स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेना, because it is going to help you. पहले इसमें 4 टाइप के scholarships होते थे. One scholarship was for women who have financial constraint and who want to do the course. Second was an access scholarship for all students with financial constraint. Third was a student scholarship, which was mainly in India scenario for MBA students. There were 32 MBA institutes which were listed with the CFA Institute. they would get a special access scholarship. Fourth scholarship was for professors. I don't think any of you will care about that. And right now, with the new revised scholarship arrangement, they have removed the women's scholarship. They still have the 3 scholarships which I mentioned earlier. So most of you should fall in the first one, the CFA access scholarship. These are students who have financial constraint, and उससे आपको benefit क्या मिलेगा? The benefit will be that you would not have to pay this enrollment fee of 350, and then your exam fees from 990 it will get lowered to 400. ठीक है? तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली आपको करीब करीब $900 का फायदा मिल जाएगा. उसका जाके सब आईफोन मत खरीद लेना. Just keep that, it will help you later, trust me. Maybe invest that, and वो investment के लिए भी I will definitely go through case studies in your during the course of the exam. We will pick up certain companies, Indian companies, and we are going to go through and through with it so that you understand how to value a company, what to see, what not to see. Maybe while we are doing that, pick up some of your own companies and you invest whatever you have saved through this in that. I can almost be sure that till you complete the CFA, आपका पूरा CFA curriculum fees तो निकल ही जाएगा उतना में. ठीक है? Don't waste it around. ठीक है? Everyone clear with this? I'm moving on to the next slide. Any questions with this slide?
No, sir.
ठीक है. अब before doing this slide, अच्छा ठीक है, let's do this slide only. So over here I have mentioned the scholarship application periods. This is a very important slide for everyone. I'm not concentrating much on level 2 and level 3 right now. I'm just concentrating on level 1. So आपका exams options are Feb 2025, May 2025, August 2025 and November 2025. We are concentrating on May 2025 right now. ठीक है? And the scholarship period for that is going to start next month, which is why we have kept this seminar right now. ठीक है? So that everyone is aware of what is going on and they do not miss this opportunity. This is a small window. This is a small window of approximately 18 to 20 days. ठीक है? Now what will happen? You will apply a scholarship over here. The institute says that you are going to get the result of your scholarship, that if you're getting or not getting the scholarship between 4 to 6 months, 4 to 6 weeks. So you should get your result by September, October. And they have not mentioned it specifically, but आपको scholarship early bird deadline, which is 16th of October, which is the last date for you to register for your early bird, उससे पहले आपको scholarship का result मिल जाना चाहिए. ठीक है? And I'm pretty sure they have changed this format from the earlier format to this one so that people do not miss this early bird deadline. पहले क्या होता था? Early bird deadline के बाद scholarship result देते थे, and उसके बाद जो अप्लाई किया था scholarship में और जिनको नहीं मिला scholarship, they used to get a time of 1 or 2 weeks जिसमें सिर्फ वो students के लिए वो लोग early bird वापस खोलते थे. So I don't think they want to go through this hassle anymore, which is why they should deliver your scholarship result whether or not you are getting the scholarship 1 week prior to this early bird deadline. ठीक है? इस scholarship period में you can get help from our institute. You have to write an essay on why you are eligible for the scholarship. And वो essay में right now I will give you 4 or 5 pointers जो आपको उसमें mention करना ही करना है. First is why you need the scholarship, what financial constraints you have. ठीक है? You don't need to give your ITR, you don't need to give your family's ITR. आपको ये सब कुछ proof उनको नहीं देना unless they ask for it later. But you be sure that you do not lie on your scholarship essay. ठीक है? Because they do have audits and they can ask you for proof later. And आप लोग को पता नहीं होगा अभी तक, but CFA takes their ethics very very seriously. ठीक है? They have the power to even bar you from later exams, so you don't do the mistake of lying to them ever. ठीक है? तो आपको mention करना है आपका क्या क्या financial constraints है, and you should mention it in context of India. So ऐसा नहीं है कि US में 40 lakhs of annual income या suppose 50 lakhs of annual income, in a US household it is not a lot, but in an India household, ठीक है, वो बहुत होता है. So they don't see it basis the US context, they see it basis the India context only. तो वो इंडिया के हाउस होल्ड एवरेज इनकम से आपका कंपेयर करेंगे, उनका लोअर स्ट्राटा से कंपेयर करेंगे. तो आप ये मत सोचना कि आप 40 लाख करोगे तो यूएस के हिसाब से आप कम कमा रहे हो तो आपको स्कॉलरशिप दे देंगे, वो लोग ऐसा नहीं देंगे. you need to make a case as per the Indian context कि आपका इंडिया में भी you come into a lower average strata and everything, आपको वो context में आपको उनको justification देना पड़ेगा why you should get the scholarship. Second point should be you should give your academic achievements. आपको 10th में कितना मिला, 12th में कितना मिला, कॉलेज में कितना मिला, that you are serious about studying. ठीक है, to prove that आप serious हो पढ़ाई के लिए, because they don't want to waste their scholarship money on people who are not serious about studying, because this amount is significant and they only want to give grants to people whom they think are going to go through all the levels and become a charter holder in future. ठीक है, तो आपको इसके बारे में भी मेंशन करना है. Secondly, you mention about your interest, about your scenario, what your family business is, what your future path is, where you want to work, your aspiration, ये सब के बारे में आपको अच्छे से उनको डिटेल में बताना होगा. For our students, we go through their essays, we proofread them. हम लोग वो सब exercise करेंगे between this period, so you will get that advantage obviously. But you should start preparing. जैसे ये 8th का deadline है, उसके पहले मतलब on 8th itself you should start seeing the form. The form might have undergone a change, तो वो form देख के आपको start कर देना चाहिए preparation about how your essay should look like, and you should target submitting it as early as possible. Usually they don't say कि पूरे application period में first वाले को ज़्यादा priority मिलता है. ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है, ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि first वाले को ज़्यादा priority मिलता है, but हम क्यों risk लें. ठीक है, we don't know of exactly how they pick up. वो लोग लॉटरी सिस्टम करते हैं, पहले वालों को पहले देख लेते हैं. we don't know it कि एंड वालों को मे बी वो निग्लेक्ट कर देते हैं जो लोग एंड में भरे. बट हम क्यों रिस्क ले, वो हम लोग जितना जल्दी दे सकते हैं उनको अपना एप्लीकेशन दे देंगे. ठीक है, अल्टीमेटली दिस इज अ लॉटरी. अगर आपको मिल गया तो आपको $900 का फायदा हो जाएगा, विच इज अ ह्यूज अमाउंट. नहीं मिला तो वैसे भी वी आर प्रिपेयर्ड टू पे ऑन दी अर्ली बर्ड डेडलाइन. ठीक है, and between the reward date and the early bird deadline, I don't think you will get more than 1 week's time. So if you want to get the funds ready, keep it ready at least 1 week before the early bird deadline, assuming you are not getting the scholarship. ठीक है, आप ये assumption के साथ funds ready रखना, because what happens in the end moment कुछ भी हो सकता है. कल आपका Microsoft का सर्वर क्रैश हो गया, जिसके वजह से बहुत लोग फ्लाइट बुकिंग नहीं कर पा रहे थे. ऐसा हो सकता है कि उनका वेबसाइट क्रैश हो जाए. क्रेडिट कार्ड इंटरनेशनल पेमेंट्स बहुत जन का ब्लॉक रहता है, उनको खोलने में बैंक से बात करने में टाइम लगता है. सो डोंट कीप इट फॉर द लास्ट मिनट. ठीक है, एक हफ्ते पहले तक कीप द फंड्स रेडी, कीप हाउ यू वांट टू पे रेडी, डू एवरीथिंग, डू योर होमवर्क वेल, so that you don't have to suffer and pay extra. ठीक है, because whatever amounts we are talking about, everyone acknowledges it is not a small amount. ठीक है, so don't risk it. And according to me, everyone should apply for this. Even if you are financially well-to-do, even if you can pay for it, I suggest you still apply for it, but don't lie on your application. ठीक है, don't lie on your application. Whatever income you have, try to convert it in dollars and show that. ठीक है, Indian money terms में मत भेजना उनको. They understand dollars more than they understand Indian terms. अब इसमें आप mention ये सब भी कर सकते हो. If there is any family outstanding loans that you have, any other education loans that you have, any other fund, suppose आपका household income is 40 lakhs, but out of that 10 lakhs goes in your home loan repayment, out of that more 5 lakhs goes into maybe medical expenses for your grandparents or anyone who's sick in the house, and then another 5 or 10 lakhs goes into your existing educational fees, because of which आपका disposable income कम हो जाता है. तो आप ये सब mention करो, make your essay little heartfelt. ठीक है, make your essay heartfelt. तो आप ये करो, एंड उस हिसाब से आप अपना एप्लीकेशन भरना. ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट थिंकिंग अबाउट व्हाट एवर पॉइंट्स यू वांट टू नोट डाउन बिफोर द स्टार्ट ऑफ द स्कॉलरशिप एप्लीकेशन पीरियड. ठीक है, आप उससे स्टार्ट कर देना वो. सो दीज आर द अटेम्प्ट्स. लेवल 2 एंड लेवल 3 में अटेम्प्ट्स थोड़े कम होते हैं. लेवल 3 में आई थिंक आई written it wrong. I think 2 ही अटेम्प्ट होते हैं. I'll have to recheck it once. August attempt नहीं रहता है.
Feb and November. Feb and November.
Feb and November ही correct. So 2 ही attempts रहता है. I think ये गलती से इधर ऐसे आ गया होगा. तो level 3 में आपको Feb and November ही मिलता है. So if you plan for May right now, post that next August you can appear for next May you can appear for, or even you can target November if you are a little free. Okay, मतलब अगर आपका ज्यादा commitments नहीं है, work commitments ये सब नहीं है, you can target for November, but that is a risky thing to do. ठीक है, तो आप next May के लिए करोगे, and उसके बाद you can do it May के बाद you can easily do it on next Feb. ठीक है, so you can complete it in 27 तक आपका complete हो जाएगा if you start in 25. ठीक है, all being good, which will be good I'm sure, आपका ये target होना चाहिए. Now question format के हिसाब से I have not mentioned it here, but you have 180 questions in level 1, 90, there are basically two kind of exam timings. 2 hours 15 minutes का 2 slot होता है, बीच में आपको half an hour का break मिलता है. 2 hours 15 minutes में आपको 90 MCQs each करना है, in each 2 hours 15 minutes, and total 180 MCQs होते हैं. After that we will move into subject wise breakup of कौन कौन से subject में कितने MCQs होते हैं. And in a similar way आपका level 2 भी होता है, level 3 में थोड़ा different हो जाता है. ठीक है, level 2 में I have written it as Vinet supported multiple choice questions. इसका basic मतलब यही होता है कि इसमें case study based होता है. आपको एक लंबा केस स्टडी मिलेगा, उसके बाद आपको 6 क्वेश्चंस उस पे मिलेंगे. ये फॉर्मेट में लेवल 2 चलता है. लेवल 3 में half the paper is multiple choice and half the paper you have to type it out. But type out में भी there are not very big paragraphs, you have to type small answers out, maybe 4, 5, 6 lines. You keep it as short as possible and 2 sections में वैसे divide होता है. So you be prepared for this. Level 3 के syllabus में भी थोड़ा change आया है, I will talk about that also. ठीक है, any questions on this slide?
Yes, sir. What is the passing percentage to crack the level 1? Like 41 is
Okay,
first
so
student pass out.
correct, 41 out of 100 have passed out on average in 10 years. I ask my students to target 75% correct answers in across 10 subjects that you have. You cannot fail in even a single subject. Actually you can, but I would not tell you that. You have to target 75% correct answers, तो जाके आपका 60 to 75 के बीच में बैठेगा and you will clear it. ठीक है, तो आपका target should be 75% correctness. Ultimately you will land into the 60 to 75 bracket and then you will clear for sure. ठीक है, this is the target you should do. और कोई
Okay,
question?
sir.
Sir, if I'm unable to complete my level 1 in the first attempt, I'll have to pay the entire fees again, like the $920 plus $350.
So if you're not able to complete the level 1 in your first attempt, you can again apply for scholarships. You can't apply for scholarships again. You can't apply for scholarship again, then enrollment fees भी नहीं देना पड़ता होगा, but you have to pay the exam fees. और कोई question कोई को?
For level 1,
बोलिए.
if a student sits for self-study, so how many hours the student should sit? Like 2 to 3 hours continuous or 4 hours somewhere?
So when I am saying continuous, it depends upon student to student. सबका पढ़ाई करने का तरीका अलग होता है. I have seen it कि कोई students रात को पढ़ना prefer करते हैं, कोई सुबह पढ़ना prefer करते हैं. कोई students want to study at 4 hours a stretch. Some want to take 1 hour slots, maybe take 15 minutes break after that, जो ultimately half an hour का हो ही जाता है. So it depends upon you yourself. But what I will say is important is consistency. आपको हर रोज पढ़ाई करना है, आपको हर रोज प्रैक्टिस करना है. तो आपको हर रोज, if you are going for a period as long as, if you're targeting May, basically if you're targeting May, you have sufficient amount of time and you can do self study lot. अब वो सबके ग्रास पे भी डिपेंड करता है. if you're a commerce student, if you're a science student, ठीक है, अगर आप कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट हो तो कुछ कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपको पता होगा. मे बी आप मैथ्स में अगर स्ट्रांग नहीं हो, ठीक है, तो आपको मैथ्स में बहुत ज्यादा फोकस करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज देयर इज अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ, नॉट अ गुड अमाउंट, आई वुड से 15% ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स है पूरे सिलेबस में. एंड यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, यू नीड टू स्टार्ट गेटिंग अ हैंग ऑफ द नंबर्स. तो वो डेवलप करने में ज्यादा टाइम भी लग सकता है, कोई को कम भी लग सकता है. So it depends upon your personal kind of situation. But आप consistently अगर हर रोज करोगे तो मतलब you don't need to worry much about it, is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you, sir.
और कोई questions कोई का? Okay, so this is the eligibility criteria for appearing for CFA. You must be in the second year of your college basically. उसके पहले आप एग्जाम के लिए अपियर नहीं कर सकते हो. And this is to get a charter. 4,000 hours of work experience is after you clear level 3. तब तक आपके पास 4,000 घंटे of work experience होने चाहिए to be eligible for a charter. And you must have a valid international passport. I will give you a important pointer here कि आपका passport should not have been expired as on the date of the exam. अगर कोई का भी पासपोर्ट उस टाइम पे एक्सपायर होने वाला हो एग्जाम डेट के टाइम पे तो आप प्लीज चेक करवा लो. इट शुड बी अ वैलिड पासपोर्ट एट द टाइम ऑफ द एग्जाम ऑन द एग्जाम डेट. एंड ऑब्वियसली आपको वो लोग पासपोर्ट नंबर मांगते हैं उधर. हाँ, व्हेन यू रजिस्टर फॉर द एग्जाम तो द पासपोर्ट नंबर शुड बी करेक्टली गिवन. ठीक है, तो आप ये सब एक बार देख लेना बिफोर रजिस्टरिंग फॉर द एग्जाम कि आपका एक्सपायर तो नहीं होने वाला है. अगर होने वाला है देन you need to get your passport renewed basically. ठीक है, कोई क्वेश्चन इसमें?
So Yash, can we start studying in the first year or we have to start studying in the second year only of the college?
No, see, you have to appear in your second year. So if you are starting for May right now, if you are just starting first year abhi, so you can start prepping for it. And by the time you are in second year, आप apply कर लो. Maybe आप May में नहीं कर पाओ because आपका second year तब तक खत्म नहीं होगा. You appear in the August attempt. But I would not suggest कि आप you waste your time till then. Everyone starts their preparation 1 year in advance. ठीक है?
Sir,
So
is it
moving
good
ahead,
to go?
yes.
Is it good to
बोलिए.
go for the student who has cleared their graduation having a similar subject like portfolio management and security analysis?
Yes, definitely. See, it depends. See, CFA as a degree has its own value. ठीक है? If you go and see your LinkedIn, you go and see many job portals, many of the jobs have CFA as a requirement. ठीक है, starting में maybe नहीं हो, but many companies have a CFA incentive as well. I know of many companies who give promotions based on your qualification, who give you increments based on your qualification. So it is a very, very good to have. Many companies also reimburse you for all your fees that you are basically giving your exams with. मतलब आपने जो exam fees दिया, enrollment fees दिया, if you are already working professional, go and check with your HR. They might be reimbursing that as well. So are there any actual students who are in the seminar right now who also want to appear for CFA?
Yes, sir.
अगर कोई नहीं है, then I can. Yes, you. So basically these are the exemptions you get by appearing. आपको CB 1-2 का exemption मिल जाएगा and charter मिलने के बाद आपको SP 0 का भी exemption मिल जाएगा. So you don't need to appear for these 3 papers. You can get it exempted, but आपको exemption fees देना पड़ेगा. So you're not saving on the fees, but you're saving on the effort. ठीक है? And this SP 0 is a very good effort. I myself, I'm a qualified actuary as well. So I did not have to appear for these papers. So मुझे इसका advantage CFA charter के through मिल गया था. And this SP 0 is a very, very good kind of advantage that you get because SP series is not as easy as you think. ठीक है? तो end में अगर आपको ये free भी मिल जाता है, then it is very, very good for you. So these are the subjects that are covered in the CFA curriculum with the approximate weightage of each subject in your exam. Okay. So approximately if you are seeing 10%, that means out of 180 questions, you will see 18 questions from this subject in your exam. Okay. I will give you a brief introduction about all the subjects. रिमेंबर दिस डज नॉट अप्लाई फॉर लेवल 3. लेवल 3 में चेंज हो गया अभी, मैं आपको लेवल 3 का सेपरेटली बताता हूँ. सो QM इज बेसिकली योर मैथमेटिक्स. इसमें थोड़ा मैथ्स और थोड़ा स्टैट्स है, क्वांटिटेटिव मेथड्स. लेवल 3 में इसका वेटेज 0 है. सो दोज हु आर scared of maths, they just need to worry for level 1 and 2 mainly. Level 3 में you don't need to worry about that. Economics is basically आपका डिमांड सप्लाई ये सब होगा, और थोड़ा हायर कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी है, लाइक योर CAPM ये सब बोल के कॉन्सेप्ट्स है which you must not have seen till now. Okay, तो वो across है all three. The third subject which again people are afraid of is financial statement analysis. I would not say this is accounts, but this is an understanding of accounts. ठीक है, this is how you read balance sheets and profit and loss statements of different companies. इसमें आपको लेजर, जर्नल एंट्री ये सब नहीं करना है. आपको बस पढ़ के समझना है कि अगर ये फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्ट है तो उसको कैसे आप एनालाइज कर सकते हो, व्हाट फिगर मींस व्हिच, एंड हाउ डू यू यूज दिस इन वैल्यूइंग द कंपनी. जो मैंने स्टार्ट में आपको बोला था, मैंने आपको बोला कि मुझे 5 साल का वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है, तो आपने गेस किया कि माई एज वुड बी ग्रेटर देन 26. ओके, तो वो सेम चीज आपको क्या इंफॉर्मेशन देखना है फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट में टू अंडरस्टैंड द करेक्ट वैल्यू ऑफ द कंपनी, वो इससे पता चलता है. कॉर्पोरेट इशूअर्स एंड फिक्स्ड इनकम, these are about more related to the debt side. ये दोनों bonds के बारे में है. how company raises capital through debt, ये दोनों उसके बारे में है. so you will learn how to value bonds as well. Again, these are very important. Equity and derivatives, I think most of the students come to CFA because of these two categories. कोई सबको इक्विटी और डेरिवेटिव्स करना है. सबके पास कोई ना कोई होगा अपने जान पहचान में, नेबर, कोई भैया जो बोलते हैं वो लोग ऑप्शंस फ्यूचर्स करके बहुत पैसे कमाए हैं. हाँ, वो जो भी ये बोल रहा है वो मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली झूठ ही बोल रहा है. तो
So
in fact,
करना is
अभी
different and risk is different for FNQ. FNO, sorry.
करेक्ट
Knowledge
करेक्ट
होगा तो
करना
वो
इज
कर
डिफरेंट.
सकते हैं, otherwise they can suffer a huge loss.
एग्जैक्टली. सो इसके बारे में मैं बताऊंगा. सो अभी आप लोग ने, आई डोंट नो, कोई स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी देखता है कि नहीं. एक शांतनु महेश्वरी करके एक स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन है. उसका एक वीडियो आया था अभी कि वो वेर ही बेसिकली सेज कि वो बहुत दिन से घर बेचने का कोशिश कर रहा था, उसका घर नहीं बिक रहा था. फिर उसने जुआ खेला और उसका घर 2 दिन में बिक गया. ठीक है, तो आप उसको ऑप्शंस और डेरिवेटिव्स विदाउट नॉलेज में ये कंसिडर कर सकते हो कि वो करोगे बिना नॉलेज के तो बहुत कुछ हो सकता है जो आप नहीं चाहोगे ऑब्वियसली. सो एक बहुत बड़ा लाइन है, करोगे फाटका, ना रहोगे घर का, ना रहोगे घाट का. ऐसा कुछ एक लाइन है जो यूज करते हैं दोज हु आर एक्सपीरियंस्ड प्रोफेशनल्स इन द स्टॉक मार्केट वर्ल्ड. फाटका बेसिकली मीन्स ऑप्शंस एंड डेरिवेटिव्स. तो दिस इज अ गैम्बल विदाउट नॉलेज. ऑन द अदर हैंड वो कमेडियन ने ये भी बोला था कि सब बोलते हैं जुआ गंदा है क्योंकि घर बिक जाता है, बट जो घर बिक रहा है वो किसी को मिल भी तो रहा है. ठीक है, तो दिस इज ट्रू फॉर अगेन ऑप्शंस एंड डेरिवेटिव्स एज वेल एज फॉर मार्केट्स. अब कोई का बिक रहा है तो समवन इज प्रॉफिटिंग आउट ऑफ इट ऑल्सो. डोंट टेक इट एज एन एडवाइस फ्रॉम मी टू गेट इनटू इट. कोई भी अपने माताजी पिताजी से पैसे लेके ऑप्शंस एंड डेरिवेटिव्स मत कर लेना मेरे स्टेटमेंट के बेसिस में. मैं आपको पहले ही बता दे रहा हूँ कि if you know it, you can earn from it, but it is according to your risk appetite. It is a very risky game, and there are proper strategies which you are going to learn about it throughout the course. आप उसको यूज करके थोड़ा थोड़ा कर सकते हो, बट along the course मैं आपको warnings देते रहूंगा कि कब the strategies can go against you and how to hedge yourself against these. ठीक है, मेरे हिसाब से अकॉर्डिंग टू माय पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस ऑप्शंस एंड डेरिवेटिव्स का खाली एक ही यूज है, टू हेज योर पोर्टफोलियोज. इट इज नॉट फॉर अर्निंग. सेबी का भी एक डेटा आया था, मेनी पीपल कैन गो एंड सर्च दैट रिपोर्ट. according to that 99% of the option traders or FNO traders have lost money across the years. Only 1% have gained. ठीक है? So the statistics are against you. The only thing with you is knowledge, and especially in this world where algo trading is coming, it has become even more riskier. ठीक है? Because आपका, you know, how fast you move, the algo will be faster than you, however much fast you move. ठीक है? तो इक्विटी एंड डेरिवेटिव्स के बारे में इन डेप्थ डिस्कशंस होंगे क्लास में. We are going to learn different strategies. We are going to learn when not to apply and when to apply these strategies, and how to go about, you know, seeing quants, economics मतलब macro environment हो गया आपका, macro environment in the country, macro environment around the world, which might make some stocks favorable, some unfavorable. फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट को हम लोग बोलते हैं फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस या माइक्रो एनालिसिस. ठीक है? माइक्रो एनालिसिस इज दैट यू आर गेटिंग इनटू वन पर्टिकुलर कंपनी एंड गोइंग इट थ्रू एंड थ्रू टू, you know, value that particular company. So if your macro and micro both are in for the company, you are going to find a good script. Script means a share in which you can earn money. So we are going to use all of the knowledge here to basically at the end earn money. ठीक है? Whether you do it for your company that you work in or whether you do it for yourself. ठीक है? अब alternative investment is anything over and above what you have seen above, ऊपर में. Basically fixed income, derivatives, equity को हटा दो, बाकी कोई भी investment class होता है. Whether it is real estate, whether it is something called as REITs जो अभी इंडिया में बहुत जोर से चल रहा है, whether it is your rare paintings हो गया, collectibles, antiquities हो गया, all these come as a part of alternative investments. And the last chapter, the second last portion, portfolio and wealth management, this has the maximum weightage in level 3. ठीक है? Starting में this is just a base creation. Level 3 में 35 to 40% इसी से आता है, but level 3 में अब आपके पास ऑप्शन है 3 चीज चूज करने का. Hear me carefully. ठीक है? पहले ये एक ही सब्जेक्ट था, पोर्टफोलियो एंड वेल्थ प्लानिंग. अब इसमें आपको 3 ऑप्शंस मिलता है. एक है पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट, दूसरा है वेल्थ प्लानिंग एंड तीसरा है पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. अब तीनों के बीच में डिफरेंस क्या है? वेल्थ प्लानिंग इज फॉर इफ यू वांट टू केटर टू इंडिविजुअल्स, हाई नेटवर्थ इंडिविजुअल्स. ठीक है? कोई बहुत बड़ा फैमिली ऑफिस में आपको काम करना है, कोई एक बहुत बड़ा इन्वेस्टर का वेल्थ आपको संभालना है, या इट माइट बी मल्टीपल HNIs दैट जिसका वेल्थ प्लानिंग यू वांट टू डू. You want to go through all their investment products, whether it is insurance, mutual funds, real estate, equity. उन लोग के लिए आप कैसे प्लान कर सकते हो? It is in depth about those people. Portfolio management होता है same thing for corporates. ठीक है? Maybe for a mutual fund you want to do it. Maybe you want to do it for a private equity firm, for a venture capital firm, whether for an insurance company or a PMS scheme. आपको उसके लिए करना है तो दैट कम्स इनटू पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट. एंड थर्ड होता है आपका पब्लिक मार्केट या पब्लिक, आई थिंक पब्लिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स कुछ नाम है उसका, एग्जैक्ट नेम आई कांट रिकॉल. सो दोज आर ओनली अबाउट पब्लिकली लिस्टेड एसेट्स, whether it is something which is listed on NSE, BSE, or listed bonds, commodities which are listed on MCX. तो वो खाली लिस्टेड मार्केट के बारे में बात करता है. These are including alternative investments like real estate, ये सब के बारे में भी बात करता है. तो ये 3 में से आपको चूज करना पड़ता है. You choose one and the paper will be according to that choice. बाकी पेपर except for this 35 to 40% will be common between whatever you choose. ठीक है? तो वो कॉमन रहेगा एंड एंड में जो डिग्री मिलेगा उसमें आपका स्पेशलाइजेशन कहीं नहीं लिखा हुआ होता है. So you can choose any of the 3 जो आपको easier लगे. Maybe you can go through that target or maybe you can go through the target that you want to work in this particular field. Even though आपका CFA डिग्री में नहीं लिखा हुआ होगा, आप अपने CV या रेज्यूमे में तो लिख ही सकते हो कि आपने इसमें स्पेशलाइज किया था लेवल 3 में अपने. ठीक है? Everyone clear till now?
Yes sir.
Yes sir. ठीक है? अब जो लास्ट चैप्टर है एथिकल एंड प्रोफेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स, इसके बारे में ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं बोलने के लिए. इसमें बेसिकली आपको बताते हैं कि क्या क्या चीज नहीं करना चाहिए, इनसाइडर ट्रेडिंग नहीं करना चाहिए, या इसमें आपका CFA डिग्री का द डिग्री दैट यू होल्ड, देयर आर सम रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस that govern that degree. तो वो degree का rules and regulations क्या है, where you can use it, where you can't use it. Third चीज होता है, as an investment manager, you show your performance history to get more clients. ठीक है, कि आपने 20% CAGR रिटर्न दिया सालों में, 16 दिया, 18 दिया, XYZ दिया, आप उसके बारे में बात करते हो टू गेट मोर क्लाइंट्स. तो इसमें रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस रहते हैं about what you can say and not say to entice clients, and how you can calculate how much you have earned, so that there is standardization across market. अब कोई हो सकता है कोई 2 साल के रिटर्न बता रहे कि मैंने 2 साल 21 दिया, उसके पहले वो 100% लॉस में जाता था. This is what you are fooling the investors. And if you hold a degree like CFA, it comes with some baggage, right? That all the CFA holders are going to be ethical, so they can trust the qualification, and that is where this value comes out from, right? So this teaches you about all these things, what to do, what not to do, what rules and principles to follow, how to show your past performances. ठीक है, तो across 3 levels, and this is the most important subject. अगर आप इसमें fail हो गए in any of the levels, you are not clearing that level. ठीक है, so they take this very very seriously. इसीलिए मैंने आपको पहले भी बोला था, scholarships में झूठ कभी मत बोलना. Any questions?
So can you clarify the various career opportunities after doing CFA?
Current opportunities, right?
Yes, career
That's what you asked,
opportunities.
right?
Career
Yes,
opportunities.
I have a slide for that. I will talk about it in that slide.
Okay.
Any other questions related to this slide? So moving ahead, this is the career opportunities. So इसमें आपको बहुत कुछ बड़े बड़े words मिलेंगे. Many people here are aspiring investment managers. They want to work at big companies. Venture capitalist में जाना है, private equity में जाना है, फैलाना ढिमकाना में जाना है, ये सब जाना है. ठीक है, तो आप ये समझ के चलो पहले से कि ये सब जितना भी है ये देखने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है. ठीक है, this being said, you need to have your basic concepts and everything strong to get into any of them. ठीक है, because competition is very high. You are not just competing with other CFA charter holders, you are now competing with MBAs, you are also competing with CAs, you are also competing with actuaries. ठीक है, so you must have a very very clear concept, you know, to land a very very good job. ठीक है, that being said, many people also take the path of going to a BPO or a KPO. There is a company, there are actually many companies who do the back end work for investment managers, in the sense that they kind of collate data for them. मतलब जो भी important data points होते हैं, P&L, sales, revenue, सबका PPT ये सब बनाते हैं. They collate that and send it to actual investment managers who take decisions based on them. Most of you will want to be on the other side, who is taking the decision and not the person who is just collecting data. Okay? So even if you want to get to that decision making position, there is also a path you can take through first collecting the data, so that you understand your basis clearly and then move on to a higher better position. Okay, so I would say ये सब जो है, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर हो गया, ठीक है, फिर पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजर हो गया, चीफ फाइनेंशियल ऑफिसर हो गया, कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट हो गया, फंड मैनेजर हो गया, वेल्थ मैनेजर, प्राइवेट बैंकर हो गया. These are not your first jobs. These are ahead in time. Your first job would be financial analyst, research analyst, risk manager, consultant, इक्विटी एनालिस्ट, क्रेडिट एनालिस्ट. आपका पहला जॉब यहां से ही स्टार्ट होगा. बाद में यू एस्पायर टू बिकम द बिगर वर्ड्स दैट यू सी. ठीक है, so that can only happen when your base is clear, when your concepts are clear. I don't want to give you false dreams कि आप जाओगे सीधा आपको फंड मैनेजर बना देंगे, ये बना देंगे, वो ना, which is not true. ठीक है, you need to gradually build up. चलो, because you guys all have been here, I will teach you a very small topic, but which is a very important topic. ये मैं जॉब्स के बारे में, जॉब्स का डिस्कशन के बाद में आया हूँ, बिकॉज चाहे आप जॉब कर रहे हो, आप बिजनेस कर रहे हो, आपके पास कहीं से भी पैसा आ रहा है एंड यू आर सेविंग सम मनी, what is important for you is to invest it in the right place. ठीक है, many people बोल, मतलब अब बहुत चल रहा है म्यूचुअल फंड सही है, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सही है, ये है सही है, वो सही है, उसमें आपको रिटर्न मिलता है इफ यू चूज अ गुड वन. ठीक है, ये एक एक्सरसाइज करते हैं हम लोग क्लास में, बट अभी मैं नहीं कराऊंगा. बट इफ यू सी द पास्ट निफ्टी और सेंसेक्स रिटर्न्स सिंस देयर इंसेप्शन, वो करीब 12 से 13% आता है. मतलब अभी आप मार्केट हाई पे चल रहा है तो शायद 12.5% आ जाएगा आपका. मतलब सिंस first Nifty was launched till what Nifty levels are right now, if you do a compounded average return that it has earned, it will come to about 12 to 12.5%. Now you go and check the market data about how many mutual funds in the past 6 years. अभी पास में तो आपको फिर भी मिल जाएंगे because markets are in a bull run right now. ठीक है, बुल रन में कोई भी शाना बन सकता है. आप थोड़ा पहले का डेटा देखोगे, 10 साल का डेटा देखोगे, तो आपको बहुत कम मिलेंगे जो ये 12-12.5% रिटर्न भी दे पाए आपको, whether it is mutual funds, life insurance or anything. So if you are not earning that, you are losing a lot. And even if you are earning that, that is not net of expenses. ठीक है, आप उसमें एक्सपेंस दोगे, कोई भी इंडेक्स फंड में भी 0.5% एक्सपेंस लगता है, उससे कम मैंने तो आज तक नहीं देखा एक्सपेंस लगते हुए. बट फॉर गुड फंड्स इट गोज इन, यू नो, above 1-1.5% easily. For very good funds it is 2-2.5% also. PMS में 3% तक भी एक्सपेंस लगता है. तो this figure over here is to show you that if you are losing 3% on a daily, what impact it will have on your wealth. ठीक है, ये एक इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ 6 लाख है. ठीक है, आप 6 लाख रुपए डाले और हर मंथ 50,000 डाल दिए. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ सब ये इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं अभी, बट यू कैन एस्पायर टू डू दिस सम टाइम लेटर इन योर लाइफ. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाई यू आर स्टडीइंग, यू आर लर्निंग, यू आर अर्निंग. ठीक है, 6 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट और मंथली इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ 50,000 फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 33 ईयर्स. आप समझ लो आप अपना रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग ही कर रहे हो. आई थिंक ऑन एवरेज बाय द एज ऑफ, if you target to retire at 65, till 32 you might have this position. ठीक है, कि आप इतना इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हो. Till the age you become 32, I'm assuming everyone is approximately 20 years here. 10-12 साल बाद आपके पास 6 लाख रुपया इनिशियली इन्वेस्ट करने का और 50,000 एवरी मंथ इन्वेस्ट करने जितना क्वांटम हो जाना चाहिए, if you are doing your studies right, job right, everything right. ठीक है, and if you compounded average grow it for 33 years, it will become 0.5 billion. 0.5 billion कितना होता है पता है? 50 करोड़. ठीक है, और ये 15% पे कर रहे हो तब है. ठीक है, तो म्यूचुअल फंड्स भी 15% रिटर्न देते हैं, बट उसका श्योरिटी नहीं होता है. एंड दिस इज ओनली इफ यू सिलेक्ट टॉप टियर म्यूचुअल फंड्स. अगर यही चीज आप विदाउट एक्सपेंस समझ लो 18% आपको मिलता, तो वो डबल हो जाता है टू 1 बिलियन विच इज 100 करोड़. एंड अगर उसको 21 कर देते हो वो 200 करोड़ हो जाता. दिस इज अप्रोक्सीमेट फिगर्स, आप कैलकुलेट करके देखोगे मैच करेगा 100%. ठीक है, तो आप समझ लो आप 33 इयर्स में म्यूचुअल फंड को 50 करोड़ रुपए दे रहे हो. No one will calculate this for you and give it to you. This is your opportunity cost. This is nothing but your opportunity cost you are giving away to your fund manager, whosoever it might be. So ये 1% आप एक्सपेंस रेशियो देख के आपको उतना खटकेगा नहीं कि 1% तो जा रहे, ठीक है चला जाए. लेकिन अगर आप ऐसे देखोगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा आप क्यूमुलेटिवली कितना लॉस कर रहे हो. एंड मेरे अकॉर्डिंग द प्रीवियस स्लाइड इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. मेरे अकॉर्डिंग दिस स्लाइड इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन योर जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज. ठीक है, क्योंकि आप जैसे भी पैसे कमा रहे हो, you must know how to handle your own wealth, and there are many advantages of handling your own wealth. अब म्यूचुअल फंड ये सब में क्या होता है, there are a lot of constraints on the fund manager. The fund manager cannot use derivatives to hedge, they cannot take leverage, they cannot, if it is a large cap mutual fund, they can't invest in small cap. Flexi cap हुआ तो चलो कर सकते हैं, बट उसमें रिस्क ज्यादा है. अगर आप खुद से करोगे तो आपके पास ये सब कंस्ट्रेंट नहीं है. You are at a young age, you can take higher risks also. ठीक है, इट इज मोर रिस्क, इट इज मोर सूटेड टू योर रिस्क. अभी सेबी भी एक नया फंड लॉन्च करवा रहा है, तो पीएमएस इज एट अ वेरी हाई रिस्क सेगमेंट एंड उसका मिनिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट इज 50 लाख रुपीज. ठीक है, इफ यू वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इनटू एनी पीएमएस, इट इज अ पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट करके एक वो होता है. इट इज लाइक म्यूचुअल फंड बट फॉर हाई नेटवर्थ इंडिविजुअल्स. बिकॉज इट इज फॉर हाई नेटवर्थ इंडिविजुअल्स हु कैन टेक हायर रिस्क, उसमें कंस्ट्रेंट्स कम होते हैं. तो जैसे जैसे कंस्ट्रेंट्स इन्वेस्टमेंट मैनेजर पे कम होंगे, वैसे वैसे उनका अर्निंग पोटेंशियल इंक्रीजेस. म्यूचुअल फंड में आप 200, 500, 1000 रुपए भी कर सकते हो. सो इट इज फॉर द मासेस. तो ताकि म्यूचुअल फंड मैनेजर्स डोंट टेक अ हाई रिस्क फॉर द मासेस, बिकॉज दो स्मॉल अमाउंट्स कुड आल्सो बी वेरी लार्ज फॉर देम. दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ कंस्ट्रेंट्स ऑन देम. अभी ये दोनों के बीच में भी एक फंड लाने का बात चल रहा है सेबी का, which will have a lower constraint but for a higher income category than a mutual fund. But you don't have the history of their performances or something. But everyone understands कि जितना constraints डालोगे उतना earning potential कम होगा. So earning potential कम होना due to constraints or due to fees and expenses. Why do you want to give it away? Once you do your CFAs, you have the knowledge base. You know how to do your own analysis. You don't need to take advice from your chachas, from your taujis, from your uncles in your building. जो और कोई का एडवाइस सुन के आपको एडवाइस दे रहे होंगे, जिनको आप एक क्वेश्चन पूछ लोगे उनके एडवाइस पे, दे माइट नॉट बी एबल टू आंसर दैट. ठीक है, दे माइट बी जस्ट गोइंग आफ्टर स्टॉक्स व्हिच आर फेमस इन द मार्केट, थीम्स व्हिच आर फेमस इन द मार्केट एंड व्हिच माइट फेल मिजरेबली. ठीक है, you don't want to do that. You want to take your own earned money and put it into your own investments which you have research upon, which you have confidence upon, and you don't want to pay anyone for that because the opportunity cost is very high. ठीक है, everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
These are some of my details. Everyone can take this. They can contact me if you have any doubts. कुछ भी पूछना हो, कुछ बात करना हो, कुछ clarity चाहिए हो, you can contact me. I suggest you leave a WhatsApp message first, then I will revert on that about when to call me or something. So you can take down these details. One another thing which is very important while investing is patience. And I will show you one last photo after this and after Q&A why patience is important. So if you have any questions and answers, you can park it with me right now. If not, then I will move on to that last photo.
Sir, what is the coaching fee?
Sorry?
What is the coaching fee?
Coaching fees, you will get, every one of you will get a call after this detailing all the schedule, coaching fees, everything. Everyone is going to get a call from the institute and you will get the clarity about that there. I will also tell you why you should maybe pick us as compared to many other providers that are already there in the market. I myself will be teaching of the subject. I am a charter holder. I am also an actuary. Most of the faculty out there, I have not seen many who are as qualified as I am. Okay, to teach all the concepts. Secondly, I am a working professional who is in the industry, so I can give you a side which will help you understand your growth prospects in the industry as well as how to tackle your corporate life. Again, the third thing would be we are starting with very, very small batch sizes. We are targeting 10 students, and so that we can give personal attention to each and everyone. What happens that if there are more students, I also don't get the time to cater to each and every one of you. You also will have to wait in queue to come to me. Okay, so it is both ways, but with small batch sizes, what we can do is cater to you more personally, handle your questions, give you more time. Also, if you join, obviously you will face yourself. If any other coaching center is giving you 100 hours of classes, I can 101% say I will give you more than 150 hours of my class, of my time, because I don't teach for the exam specifically. I teach you for the last slide which I showed you. Okay, because मेरे लिए, according to me, that is the most important thing that I want each and every of my students to achieve in the long run. ठीक है, तो वो करने के लिए obviously there will be much more hours required to give you that conceptual clarity. There would be a lot more effort required from my side and obviously from your side as well. So if you are willing to give those extra hours, then only I would suggest you join. क्योंकि वो extra hours is where we won't probably go into the subject and your exam qualification. And this is also one of the reasons why we are starting earlier. Everyone gets that conceptual clarity and how to apply whatever you learn in your real life. Leave alone your corporate life also. ठीक है? तो ये basic, I would tell you what you are in for and what you can expect out of us. And I have taught at a lot of premier institutes, one of which includes Zell also. So I also have, right now I have a few of my students also sitting over here. If you want, I can give their references to you also. You can talk to them to see how the classes go on. And I think that is what information you can get. You will get a call, you can ask for it and you'll get it on the call itself. So any other questions regarding all this that you have?
Hi Yash, I'll just give a little bit about myself as well. Hello everyone, I'm Viraj. I'm one of India's youngest qualified actuary, plus a CFA. You could say I've cleared CFA level 1 and 2. I'm one of the founder of the CFA Academy with Yash. Just giving a little bit brief idea. I guess Yash mentioned all the points with respect to how we are going to conduct the classes. We are planning to start maybe next week, 28th of July. We'll start a little bit slow so that you get acquainted. Once you get acquainted over a month's time, we'll speed up the process. We'll plan May or August batch. Maybe you'll give your exam in May or August. This is what the plan is, and ideally the fee is around is 35,000. We do have referral bonuses as well. So ideally, if you and your friend refers, we'll give you 2,000 offer. So for example, I refer to 5 of my friends, I'll get 10,000 off directly. So my now net fees becomes 25,000. If I refer 15 students, it's basically free of cost for me. Uh, Apart from that, ideally, say that we'll not have a batch of more than 10 in order to provide personal attention. We are not here to make money, but we are here to part knowledge. So yeah, that's about the plan. And thanks, Yash, for such a nice session. I think it was much more say, interactive and productive at the same time. Now, if you have any questions or anything, you can ask me or Yash.
I'm assuming there are no questions. I will slide which
Sir,
I
I have
usually
a
show in my class
question.
also. Yes, tell me.
Sir, which is the subject where most of the students feel a lack in that subject?
See, depending upon maths and accounts, what students prefer and not prefer. If a student prefers maths, then he usually, see, there are three kinds of students, I'll tell you, who are good at maths and accounts both. One who is good at maths and not good in accounts. The third one who is good at accounts, not good at maths. So जिसको maths नहीं समझ आती, they struggle in quantitative method and fixed income. जिसको accounts नहीं समझ आता, they struggle in FSA. ठीक है? The good part is कि level 3 में तीनों ही नहीं है. ठीक है? तो आपका struggle रहेगा for the first two levels, but that is very important for you to build that base to get into level 3 obviously. नहीं तो आप नहीं पहुंच पाओगे उधर. So this is where most of the struggle is for students.
Okay, sir.
So the last quality which I was talking about was patience. So जो मैंने आपको slide दिखाया था 100 करोड़ 50 करोड़ और 200 करोड़, आप बोलोगे सर आप सपने तो बहुत दिखाते हो, 20 साल बाद मुझे ही कॉल करके बोलोगे अभी तक तो दिख नहीं रहे हो सर कि कैसे आएगा. So the magic of compounding which I named the title. So Albert Einstein had told that compounding is the 8th wonder of the world, but you must have patience for it. ठीक है? तो आपका जो wealth growth होते हुए दिखता है, it is called an exponential growth, and that exponential growth you can see from someone called as Warren Buffett. He is the person who has been consistently growing his wealth approximately at 20-21% CAGR. ठीक है? तो आप देखोगे उसने स्टार्ट किया था when he was at the age of 14 with 5,000, and this is the chart till he was at age 83. He's the only person who has probably been consistently in the list of top 10 richest since years and years, even after donating his net worth multiple amount of times. ठीक है? तो ये वेल्थ ग्रोथ उनको कब दिखना स्टार्ट हुआ? आप देखोगे 59, 65. इसीलिए मैंने आपको भी बोला कि you are planning for the next 33 years. You're not just planning for the next 5 years, 10 years. That part you're planning through your income growth. But लोग actual में, how do they become billionaires? They do not become billionaires through income growth. They become billionaires through wealth growth. तो wealth growth कैसे होता है? वो था वो 33 ईयर का प्लानिंग जिसमें आपको 50, 100 और 200 करोड़ दिखने मिल सकता है. वो 33 इयर्स का जर्नी आप अभी स्टार्ट करोगे. Ideally you should have already started it. I would say even if you're 20 and you've not started investing, it is a little late for you. You should start with whatever small amount you have. If you do not have a demat account, you open it as soon as you enroll for the CFA program. You start learning and you start investing as soon as possible, because the sooner you invest, the more your income is going to multiply at the end. ठीक है? और वो गैप आपको एंड में ही दिखेगा जो मैंने आपको दिखाया मैथ्स के थ्रू 50, 100, 200 करोड़ का. सो फॉर एवरी 3% द इनकम अक्यूमुलेटेड वाज डबलिंग. वैसा ही सिमिलर काइंड आपका टर्म पे भी होता है. 33 की जगह 35 करोगे years of investment तो वो और ज्यादा बढ़ेगा. So you need to get these very very early, and this is the correct time. If you are 18, 19, 20, 21, this is the apt time for you. Okay, Shobham has a question. You are that can you explain about Squazer notes? And not sure what you mean by normal notes. I'm assuming you're saying the curriculum, the CFA curriculum. If you refer to the CFA curriculum, that is actually too much in details, and you yourself, if you try to study it by yourself, you will, I think, face difficulties unless you are kind of very good at your concepts which have already been taught to you in your school and college. You would face some difficulties because it is at a very very high level. What my job is to simplify that for you. Squazer has also simplified it for you, so we can take references from that, and whatever there is missing in Squazer, we add upon that as well. Okay? So those are much more simplified, and you can refer to Squazer. That should be sufficient. But obviously there are some points missing and some nuances which you must get more in details. तो वो detail में जाने के लिए मैं आपका help कर सकता हूँ, and we will go through that together. Don't worry about that. Any other questions?
Sir, if a student has cleared level 1 and after level 2 and 3 there is a gap, but the student is from accounts and finance department, and addition he or she is having a financial background, like parents and all
Yes.
are working in the investment options only. So it is a good opportunity to crack more easy way
Sorry, is it a good opportunity to get what?
to crack the exams well and in a very fast way.
So if you're studying, then obviously you get more time as compared to you are already in corporate life. Because corporate life में आपका क्या होता है, आप कॉलेज में रहते हो तो आपका दिन का वीकडेज का 5 घंटा कॉलेज में जाता है. वही अगर आप कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में हो तो आप दिन का 12 घंटा तो जाता ही है आपका, वेदर यू टेक इन योर कम्यूट, योर वर्किंग आवर्स. एंड मैं 12 घंटा तो मिनिमम बोल रहा हूँ. ठीक है? उससे ज्यादा ही जाते हैं फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल. So if you're not working, it is obviously much better and easier to clear for you. If I've gotten your question right.
Yes, sir. सर जो स्टूडेंट ऑलरेडी ट्रेड कर रहे हैं एंड लर्निंग अबाउट द थिंग्स लाइक मार्केट के बारे में, तो उनके लिए कैसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट जो है जैसे इक्विटी है, डेरिवेटिव्स एंड फिक्स इनकम है एंड क्वांटिटेटिव मेथड्स है, तो उनको ज्यादा इजी रहेगा ना टू स्कोर इन दैट।
सी अब डिपेंड करता है वो लोग कैसे ट्रेड करते हैं. If there are traders who do basis just technical analysis, अब technical analysis होता है आपका charts ये सब के base पे trades करना, they still don't know how to do fundamental analysis, so they don't know how to read the company's accounts, they don't know how, and even if they trade they might just trade in one sector, maybe उनको equities के बारे में पता हो, they would still not know about bonds. ठीक है, they would still not know about alternative investments like real estate, private equity, hedge funds, and they would also not know about your they might or might not know about derivatives जो खाली equity में कर रहे हैं. And they मतलब अब depend भी करता है where in the career they are. ठीक है, at the start usually जो मैंने देखा है, जो भी start में अगर trading से start करते हैं, usually they have a very very low knowledge base and they don't do it in a very very structured format. वो लोग कुछ टोटका लगाते हैं. मतलब अब what do I mean by टोटका? It means इसको heuristics बोलते हैं in English. इट बेसिकली मीन्स कि क्या होता है, बहुत जन दिवाली के बाद पेंट स्टॉक्स खरीद लेते हैं, दिवाली क्वार्टर वाले टाइम पे पेंट स्टॉक्स खरीद लेते हैं या फर्नीचर स्टॉक्स खरीद लेते हैं. उसके बारे में बोलते हैं कि दिवाली के बाद लोग वो खरीदेंगे, डिमांड बढ़ेगा, शेयर प्राइस बढ़ेगा. तो ये क्या है, ये टोटका है. दिस इज नॉट स्टडी. So you learn about it much more in details and much more in a structured format, how to go about it. Any other questions?
Period of CA can be considered in a work experience or the CA.
Okay, for work experience, articleship can be considered. अब उसमें क्या होता है, आपको एक दो पॉइंट्स लिखना पड़ता है कि आपने कहाँ, मतलब किस किस प्रोफाइल में काम किया. उसमें रहता है एक टोटल वर्क आवर्स आपने कितना दिया एंड परसेंटेज ऑफ इट विच वाज रिलेटेड टू इन्वेस्टमेंट और इन्वेस्टमेंट रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज. ठीक है, तो सपोज आपका टोटल वर्किंग आवर्स, मतलब यू हैव टू गिव योर डेली वर्क आवर्स विच इज सपोज 5 आवर्स. मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, एंड यू वर्क वीक, तो आप एक हफ्ता में 25 hours of work accumulate किए हैं. So across the years you will have to give this kind of a calculation to them कि how many total work hours have you accumulated, out of which you have to give a percentage कि 50% of it was dedicated to investment or investment related activities. So now that depends upon you and which particular companies you are मतलब doing articleship for. अगर आप audit कर रहे हो, ये सब कर रहे हो, तो auditing can be seen as an investment related activity. You can prove it कि आप audit कर रहे हो, उसका accounts audit कर रहे हो, तो accounts के basis पे investment decisions होगा, उसलिए वो investment related activities होता है. So the scope is very very wide, but you need to tailor make your essay to them accordingly. So that will qualify as work experience provided you can justify it to them, would be my answer. Anything else? Not, then let's conclude the session today. It was nice speaking to all of you. I hope I was able to give you some information and teach you even a little bit. If you have any other questions, you can contact me in the contact details. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for a very knowledgeable and interesting session. You gave us our time.
Thank you, no problem.